Hi everyone, my name is Evgeniia, and in this video I'm going to be talking about growing your brand in Dubai in 2025. I've lived in Dubai for 2.5 years and I've worked with service companies, retail companies, and now I would like to share my knowledge and what I've seen generally to help you build your brand here. Some of the topics that I will be covering in this video include the general landscape of how Dubai is, also influencer marketing here, some tips for where and how to sell your products here, and also some common mistakes that I've seen other brands do in Dubai. So if you're interested, then please continue watching this video. I'll be also leaving the time codes in the description, so if you want to skip some parts and jump into the part that interests you, feel free to do that. But first, let's go grab some coffee because I really need it right now, and then we can continue. I wanted to make this video a bit of a vlog too, because first, I love vlogs, and if you haven't seen any of my vlogs, then please go ahead and check them out because I've made a lot of lifestyle vlogs about living in Dubai. And second, I just want to make this video more, lively and fresh and give you a glimpse of what Dubai actually is. I am currently in City Walk. I love this area, and we're gonna go to one of my favorite coffee shops here. So I hope you like this format. Let me know in the comments if you like it. Of course, when trying to grow your brand, you need to understand really well the market where you're working. Now, in this sense, Dubai is very different from, I think, the majority of the places in the world. First of all, more than 80% of local population are expats, so people from different countries. If I'm not mistaken, there are more than 250 nationalities in Dubai. So you need to understand who your brand targets, so who your target audience is, and how to communicate to all of those people, considering that they come from completely different cultural and, geographical backgrounds. So I got my coffee, now we can keep going. Apart from understanding that Dubai is mostly an expat city, it's obviously crucial to remember that it's also a tourist destination, a very popular tourist destination. Maybe your brand is centered around tourists. Then you need to keep in mind another very important thing about Dubai. Learn which areas exist here. So for example, there is an area called the IFC, which is a financial center, and there is an area called Dubai Marina. So Dubai Marina is mostly a tourist place. There are many hotels there, restaurants, cafes, just walking areas. And obviously, when thinking about your retail store, for example, you need to consider who is your target audience and which area suits your target audience. Because you don't want to have, well, maybe you do, but you need to consider this well. You don't want to have a tourist shop with like swimsuits and, I don't know, ice cream in a financial area, because simply this is not your target audience. So learn which areas exist in Dubai, like Jumeirah, the downtown, City Walk, and learn what people do there. For example, there is an area called Dubai Hills, which is mainly, like a residential area with popular with families. There are apartments and also there are villas, and one of the most popular and famous malls in Dubai, which is called Dubai Hills Mall. So when considering opening a retail store in Dubai, always remember there are different areas and they are very different in terms of who lives there or who works there or who usually goes there. Another thing is that it's also important to remember about seasons in Dubai. So now this is January, and it's I would say the perfect weather, the perfect time for visiting Dubai, working here, just living here, because it's not hot and it's not cold, obviously, but there are times when there are a lot less people in Dubai than in winter. This is roughly May to August, because you will see a lot less people here. First, because of the weather. So it's hot in Dubai during the summer, and people who do not have to be here, they usually tend to travel to some other places. And second, this depends on the school timings in Dubai. So many families who have children, the children usually finish their studies in the end of June and start their studies again in the end of August. So the rest of the summer season, those families usually again tend to travel to some other places. And of course, you need to understand the local culture and traditions. For example, you need to know about the month of Ramadan, where people do fasting, and obviously the local audience is not going to be your, customer in a restaurant, for example, during the day. However, during the evening, restaurant timings are usually different, and restaurants work longer than in the usual months. So you need to keep this in mind. Now let's talk about social media and influencer marketing. Social media is extremely popular, of course, in Dubai as in any other part of the world, but you need to understand which media platforms are the most popular here. Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok and YouTube are definitely there. When trying to work with influencers, always remember again about the different nationalities that live in Dubai. When you're trying to work with influencers, you need to diversify, the people who you work with. You need to have people of different nationalities, because usually how this works is a person who is, for example, Spanish and comes to Dubai, their audience is usually also either from Spain or people who came from Spain and now moved to Dubai. So you need to understand that people tend to follow people of their, cultural background, their nationality. So always try to have a mix of influencers who you work with, obviously considering your target audience. Another important thing is due to cultural, specifics of Dubai, you will often find profiles of people who do not want to show their faces. So for example, there are female creators that do not show their faces whatsoever on Instagram. They either put emojis or they just crop the images, and so there's no face. And those people can also be very popular on social media platforms, and you need to work with them too. However, for people who come from Russia, for example, as I do, this might not be a common thing. So we need to keep this in mind and work with the local market. Another thing that I would like to mention is, for example, again, I come from Russia, so I can compare Russia and the UAE. In Russia, we've seen a drop in the popularity of print media. Here in Dubai, vice versa, we're seeing more and more interest in print media. For example, the most famous ones for business are Arabian Business and Gulf News. For fashion and lifestyle, there is Elle, there is Vogue. So you need to consider those media for your brand when trying to grow it here in this region. Now let's talk about everything related to retail brands and places where you can sell your products. Now, it's true that in Dubai, one of the most successful ways to sell your products is in malls. But the problem is, not only is this very expensive to rent an outlet, like a space in a mall, but it's also almost impossible because everything is already rented out, and there is a long waiting list for new brands willing to have a place in a mall, for example in Dubai Mall or Mall de Emirates or Dubai Hills Mall, basically any mall here. So what can you do? You can consider other places to sell your products. One very good idea is working with hotels, because Again, Dubai is a place where there are lots of tourists, but also people who do, like staycations. So people who are in hotels, they usually just walk around, see what the hotel has to offer, the restaurants, the stores, and it's relatively easy to sell your products in hotels. So for example, things like clothes or home decor or cosmetics. Of course, you need to understand which hotel to work with, your target audience, your product, the specifics, the price points. So consider which hotels you can work with, but this is definitely something you can think about if you are not considering malls, for example. Another thing to remember is that Dubai is a car city. Like, it's almost impossible to live here without a car, and the distances are quite long between different places, different areas of Dubai. So people spend a lot of time in their cars, and that's why it's really popular with brands, especially obviously big brands, to promote their products or services on like big banners on the roads. So if you can consider that, then this is also a good idea. And finally, I think that I would like to mention is a common mistake some brands do here in Dubai. They try to target the audience of the origin of the owner. So for example, again, speaking from my experience, when I was in Moscow, I saw a lot of my colleagues work in marketing saying that probably when like Russian brands enter Dubai market, they try to target Russian speaking audience, like Russian expats here in Dubai. This is definitely a mistake, and Russian brands who enter Dubai market should not try to target a Russian-speaking audience. Or, for example, Spanish brands entering the Dubai market should not be only focusing on Spanish-speaking people. Why? First, because people who move to Dubai, they usually want to try something new, right? Because if you are, Russian, you are likely to want to try other different brands that exist in the world, not just Russian brands. And second, if you see the percentage of Russian people living here in Dubai, it's very small, or any other nationality. Like, it can of course be big, but what I mean is that in Dubai there are so many different nationalities, you cannot just pick one and work with them. You need to understand how to target other people, understand their cultural background, understand their habits, understand which platforms they're using, which content they consume, so that you can promote your business to them. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, then please leave a comment and tell me what in particular you found interesting. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I'll be making a lot more videos very soon. And if you have any suggestions for my future video topics, then please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.